down. Okay, I am here with somebody who's very close to my heart. Well, I said her name wrong in the last video with her kids. I did a video with her kids. If anybody has seen the horse videos that I've done, those are her babies who are now in their early 30s.
Both of them are in their 30s?
No, Krista's 29.
Oh, okay.
Beth is 31.
Wow.
But that's close enough.
Yeah.
It is close enough.
But anyway, I called her name at that time Kristy Haines. But now it really is, I found out, Karen Kristy Haines.
Really?
But I've always known her as Kristy. But anyway.
So what do you want to be called? Karen?
Kristy, never.
Kristy. Forever.
I was going to call you Karen from now on.
No! Bad move.
Before I tell a little bit about Kristy, I'm going to tell you that today we're doing Two Truths, One Lie. And it was suggested by Jackie Reeves versus the World of Games. Thank you, Jackie. And but I wanted to tell you before we get going on that, and I couldn't have picked a better person to do this with, because Kristy has the most interesting life. Probably, I've got an interesting life, but hers is probably much more interesting than mine ever could think of being, because how many countries have you visited throughout the years?
32 now.
32
Wow.
countries.
A lot of countries.
And she lives in, she's an expatriate, is that what they're called?
I think so.
She lives in England and has lived in England on and off for how many years?
40.
Wow.
For 40 years. Okay, Kristy is,
That's almost my whole
Kristy
life.
and I are both 60, right? So
We are
yeah.
60.
But she is older than me.
Thanks.
By months, by about 10 months. But anyway, but I have to tell you, just like I said in the other video, when I met Kristy, she knew me at my worst. I put her through a little bit of hell at times, but she always, besides my mother, Kristy was the first person to ever show me unconditional love. I mean, true love. And because I've told you guys about this. It was in those times of my life that I started to beat people up. Well, I had done it before that too, but things like that. But they helped form me into the person that I am today.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on, let me turn this
Don't worry
off.
about the phone. Just
Let me
her.
turn it off, just a second. Okay,
Don't worry
there we
about
go. And I know you guys don't mind, we're real here. So anyway, yes, she saw me at my worst. We both met when we were 22, but even though she was the same age as me, she was like another mother. And but now we've both grown up. I've grown up, and now she is like a friend, a true friend. Anyway, so we are going to get right to it. We are going to play.
So what do I do?
Two truths, one lie. We're going to have 2 rounds. And,
Two truths and
okay,
one lie.
I'll tell my little stories, and you guys have to guess. I'm going to tell 3 little things
okay.
that happened in my life, and you guys have to guess which was the false one. And then it will go to you, and then we'll do it one more round and see who wins. So, okay.
Is there a prize involved?
There's
Is there a prize? Oh, tonight we're going to
There is,
dinner. Cuban food.
there is a Cuban coffee.
Cuban coffee, okay.
Okay, bueno.
All right, so,
You have to leave me alone
all right,
right now.
which one
You gotta
is
leave me alone.
false and which are true? Okay, so,
Okay, I'm ready.
when I was a little girl, I must have been 5 years old, I actually saw in person Jackie O, who is, she was married to, she used to be Jackie Kennedy, who was our president and then was assassinated. And I saw her and her 2 little kids that were younger than me. And so there was that story. And then there was, when I was about 14, I met a descendant of a cannibal chief.
Okay.
And the cannibal chief, the descendant, she was the granddaughter of one of the last cannibal chiefs. And she told me that, she was from Fiji, and she told me that the best, most tasty part of the human body is right here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And then the third one is we used to go when I was young, when I was growing up, because I grew up for the most part in Florida, we used to go out on our boat and then go snorkeling. And one time I was doing that and I had a cut, and it bled in the water because it had been something a little bit deep, and when I was swimming it started to bleed, and before I knew it there was a huge shark. I mean huge. Well, bigger than me at least. So in my mind it was huge. And this shark, first they circle before they attack, and it was circling me, and thank goodness attached to the boat there was, everybody else had already gotten out of the water, and attached to the boat there was this a rubber little boat, and I jumped in and had all of and I said, pull me in. Okay, so what is true and what is false? You've got to choose which was the false
I just
story.
choose one?
Yeah, choose the lie.
So I can give her a chance also.
No, you decide on me, and then we'll go to Christy.
Oh, so
What do you think is the, wait, you be quiet, what do you think is the lie?
I think the lie is
you gotta choose a lie.
the Jackie O.
I think the lie.
You can guess the same as me.
Is a shark.
Okay, Jose is right.
Oh.
Okay,
It's
Jose.
because I've been married to her.
Jose is right. When I was little, my grandmother, I was at her house and I was walking down the street. We were all on a walk, and we walked past the house where the Kennedys were vacationing. He was president at the time, and she was out in the front with Caroline and John.
Oh, John, okay.
But the shark was not true. That happened to my dad. Okay.
That's why it happened to my dad.
No,
to my dad.
No, it happened to my dad.
No, it happened to my dad too, back in Cuba.
I don't know about your dad.
With a hammerhead shark.
Well,
exactly.
I don't know about.
Not a blood, but there was a hammerhead shark circling around.
It's not your turn. I don't know what happened to your dad, but that exact story happened to my dad.
Wow,
So
okay.
coincidence.
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
so I got one right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was 12, we went whitewater rafting as a family down the Colorado River,
All right.
right? And it was very rough, and we had on the helmets and everything, and we went over one and we did a bump, but thankfully I grabbed the side just before I went over the edge, and my dad grabbed the back of my life jacket and pulled me in.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I know, it was exciting.
I
I do know how to swim, but we still had to wear life jackets.
Well, thank goodness, yeah.
When I was 26, I had Legionnaire's disease.
Oh my goodness, that
I
could
know.
kill you.
And I know, but I didn't die, I'm still here. And when I was in kindergarten, we lived way out in the country. I told you we had bears and cougars and things. Anyway, and I was in a school bus accident, and we went around the corner, and the driver hit another car. He crossed the line, and we rolled.
Oh my goodness.
I know the lie already.
What do you think?
I think it was a whitewater raft.
I think it was the second one, which was the, what was the second? Oh,
Legionnaire's
Legionnaires.
disease?
Yeah.
You're both wrong.
Oh, good job. You got two.
I'm usually never wrong.
You got two. Okay.
I got two right, yep.
Right. What was the?
I have been whitewater rafting, and I did almost fall overboard.
Wow.
And my dad did grab a hold of me, and I got in trouble
Oh,
because I wasn't paying
I thought it was
attention. And then I did have Legionnaire's disease when Gary and I were first married.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
From what? A can of tuna?
They have no idea.
Wow.
Just one of those weird fluke things. I was in bed for like 6 weeks. I was so sick.
Wow.
Okay. I go
Yeah,
down.
good
Okay.
job. Okay.
Let's see. Hold on. I moved to the Virgin Islands from Miami
If they can't see your face, you're holding
On
that in front of
Halloween.
it.
on like Halloween day. I moved from Miami, Florida to St. Croix Virgin Islands. Yeah, I got a Halloween day. I don't know, it was about 63, 64.
Okay. Okay.
My first car
Oh, is this the second one?
was a
you got?
Camaro.
Okay.
My first car ever bought to me as a birthday gift on my 50th birthday was a golden Camaro.
Golden Camaro. On your 15th birthday. Wow, that's a nice gift.
You know, they actually wrapped it up.
For a 15-year-old?
They actually wrapped it up for me like a red ribbon. And when I went up there, because it was an old car.
You must have been so, oh my goodness, over the moon. Wow, okay, oh, it's an old car. Okay,
Yeah,
but still.
it was a gold Camaro. And my third one was,
They can't see your faces, eh?
I saw, hold on, Comet. I gotta pronounce his name correctly. Hold on. Say Cahutek. Famous comet Cahutek in St. Croix Virgin Islands with my telescope. In 1978, I was going out every single night to watch that wonderful comet Cahutek in the 1970s in the Virgin Islands. So this comet Cahutek, my first car was a Camaro, and we moved from Miami to the Virgin Islands
Okay,
on Halloween Day.
What do you think, Christy?
Camaro.
I think that the lie was the whole moving on Halloween.
No, it was a Camaro.
It was the
Yay!
It was, yeah.
The lie was the Camaro?
It was actually, no, yeah, it was actually a Camaro. It was a Nova.
Man!
It was a white Nova.
And here
I actually got a
married to the
Camaro later on in life, but very good.
Good. I'm married to him. Okay. So
It's a pretty fun game, by the way.
Christy's winning. Yes, it is
Okay.
fun.
I like it.
And okay, so let me see.
Don't listen
Okay.
anymore.
When I was 18, are you listening? When I was 18, I lived all by myself in San Francisco for a summer. And one day I was going to the bank, and all of a sudden this, it was so scary. This dude came up to me. He was out of his mind. I mean, like, this guy was filled with every demon that was filled with every demon that exists. And he came up, and he had his dog with him, and it's kind of bad what he said to me, but he said, "My dog wants to blank your blank."
What?
I was so terrified. Okay,
That's weird.
yeah.
That's a weird guy. Man.
That was one story. Okay, another one was similar but different. I
I was kind of afraid to sit by you.
I was on the airplane when I was 14, going to boarding school, and there was this. It was just 2 seats, and there was this this fat man. He was just like, and he was old, and he was like, took up most of the seat, and he was sitting next to me. But he started to tell me, you know, I think he was a pedophile. And I could have been. The lie, I mean, not the lie. The thing is that I could have been kidnapped and whatever, because he started to interrogate me and find out what I liked. And I was telling him at that time I loved the show Policewoman with Angie Dickinson. And so I was telling him all about how, oh, I wish I could meet her one day. And he said, and I was so gullible. How could I be so gullible? He was saying, oh man, you know what? I actually know her. You know, he was convinced me that he was some movie producer or something. And he said, and he was convincing me that if I went with him afterwards, that he could probably introduce me. And I was so gullible. I was just so stupid. And I was so tempted by that offer. But thank goodness I didn't. Okay.
Next.
Next is, I spent one other year, or not summer, it was just like a season. I spent a season doing semester at sea, which is you go on it's like a cruise ship, but it's filled with students, and you get taught on it, and you go to different countries.
Okay.
There
Well,
we
the
go.
answers already.
Okay.
The lie was.
Wait, let's Christy go first. You know me
sorry.
too well.
Okay.
The lie was semester at sea.
And you, Jose?
The lie. Okay. The lie was a pedophile.
Christy got it right. She's
What?
brilliant at this.
How dare you?
The lie was the semester at sea. Jose.
How dare you beat me?
The lie was the semester at sea.
Sorry.
You went on the mercy ship.
Okay, so.
You went on the mercy ship.
Yeah, but
No.
that's not semester at sea.
No,
Oh.
I did not go on
Oh.
it, actually. My brother
Oh, I thought
did
you-
the semester at sea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, Christy?
All right, here we go.
That's not fair. I thought it was the mercy ships.
When I was a little girl, we lived in Kansas, and down the road, not far from where we lived, was a small airfield. And from the airfield, they launched a blimp that was going to go circle the Kansas State Fair. And I got to go on the blimp.
Oh,
I know.
I bet that was scary.
No, it was bouncy. Okay, when I was in high school,
Yeah.
when it got to be track and field season, and you know, we all had to run, and I was the big girl, so I hated the running bit. But then they found out that I was very strong, and I actually won the school medal for women's shot put. You have to do three scoots backwards and flip around, and whoa,
That is throwing these huge, heavy.
these heavy balls, whoa, like that.
Wow.
Okay? And then I am actually a published author in English, French, German, and Italian, both in Europe and in the United States.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Okay.
I want to hear more about that.
What was,
But-
what was the second one again?
The second was the shot put.
I-
The
Oh,
first was the
okay.
blimp, the second was the
I
shot
guess-
put, and the third was the
I guess
ball.
the blimp.
Okay. I also say the blimp.
You're both wrong.
What?
I have been
You're
in a
usually-
blimp when I was about 4.
There usually is not a blimp
Did you
like in a
get
state
car? Did
fair.
you get motion sick?
No,
I would.
no.
There usually is not a blimp like in a state fair. As
They
a balloon.
did.
a
Have you seen
balloon.
like the blimp that goes to like
Yeah.
the sporting goods and sporting
Oh.
events? It was.
Are you
it wasn't
serious?
the Goodyear blimp. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
a balloon.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it was a blimp. It was a blimp.
Okay,
it was a
you're right.
blimp. And
What was the lie?
the lie was the shot put. I know so
I
much
think you
about
could've
it,
done it. I think
because
you
my
could've done it.
boyfriend was the shot put.
Because you told us so with such confidence.
I think you could have done it.
You told me I was supposed to lie.
You were supposed
If
to lie.
if I'm going to lie, I'm going to make it a good
You were
one.
supposed to lie. You were supposed to lie.
Okay. Jose? Oh
My,
wait, you got so
my,
you're up to 3.
my first camera, hold on, what was it? My first camera was a Nikon.
Uh-huh.
I bought it in the Virgin Islands because, because that was one of my, that was one of my hobbies. Photography was one of my hobbies. So the Nikon was the camera that I purchased for my camera hobby. I saw the Eagles, the rock and roll group, the Eagles, in 1978, like in the Miami, what is it? The baseball stadium.
Yeah.
I saw the Eagles at the Miami Baseball Stadium in 1978. Number 3, I saw
You're
Annular-
covering your face.
annular solar eclipse in St. Croix, Virgin Islands in the 1960s when I was a little kid. Can you repeat them again? About the first camera was a Nikon.
Camera.
The second one, I saw the Eagles at the Miami Baseball Stadium in 1978. And number 3, I saw an annular eclipse, which is a very rare eclipse. Very rare to see an annular solar eclipse
What do you guess,
in the Virgin
Christy?
Islands in the 1960s.
I think it was the eclipse.
I think it was the camera.
You were right over the camera.
Oh, Mary's catching up.
It was a Miranda Sensorex.
So
It was not a
Christy
Nikon.
won, Jose and I each got 2, and Christy got 3.
So I'm going to
So-
buy you tonight is a Cuban coffee.
Woohoo! Bueno, I will never sleep again.
I'm glad you're not.
So, Christy, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I captured you on camera forevermore. And now she's going to go off tomorrow and see her 2 babies in West Virginia at the horse place.
Yep, at the horse place, I'll get to see Darlie.
Yeah.
For those of you that are Darlie fans, she is still a favorite amongst Christy Beth.
Oh.
So, yes.
And then she goes back to England, so it'll be a long time. And since we're moving to California, but you got to come visit us in California. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Love you.